7:30 a.m. November 10th, leaving wet St. Lucia, Rodney Bay, on our way to Le Maron, Martinique. It has been wet here. It's like a few other people leaving this morning. Not much wind. Speeding our way out of the harbor, Rodney Bay. Look at that. Think we need to reef those sails? Andrew's turned off the engines because we're going way too fast with the wind.
Sarcasm.
There's our wind speed. No engines on, and there's our wind speed. Boat speed. It's going to be a long 20 miles. I am seasick. The swells are big, hitting us on the beam. So we went from no wind to, whoa, crazy big rollers hitting us on the beam. And I barely survived the sail. I think I was vomiting almost the whole way. Like 3-meter swells on the beam. I do not like that kind of sailing, even after a year. Still get sick. Blah. I'm okay now, it's calm in here. Anchored in Le Maron, Martinique at 11:40 a.m. Tons of boats over there. Not so much in this little piece we picked.
We take a cool little ride up the river where one of the supermarkets have a dinghy dock.
Here's our boat turkey. It wouldn't fit in the oven, so I actually had to put it breast side down and split it open so it wasn't very high, but it's really tasty. How's your turkey, Andrew?
Best turkey ever.
That's pretty juicy.
Oh, that's good. Long sail today, I'm hungry.
Le Maron leaving. Didn't like it here. It was like a motorhome park. We just jived. Now we're going down the west coast of Martinique, and we're going downwind. We've got an east-southeast wind. Much smoother sail.
11.6.
What do you think, Andrew? Are we going to miss that?
I think we're going to miss that rain. It's blowing away from us, so I think we'll be okay.
Oh, I feel drops. It's hitting us. We didn't outsail it. Another squall hitting us, jumps outside St. Pierre. Here it comes. That's the way we want to go, right behind Andrew.
It's like a little rain in there.
It's not a matter of if the rain is going to hit us, the squall, it's a matter of when it's going to hit us. Well, it's hit us. Now, finally convinced Andrew to reef the Genoa in the mainsail. I wanted to do it before the squall hit, and he didn't think so. You reef before the squall hits. So now we're pulling in it with 30 knots of wind. One reef in the main and double reef in the Genoa. Fully in the squall now.
We still have 26 knots of wind even when we put down the anchor.
St. Pierre, Martinique, and this is Mount Pelée. We had to anchor in 26 knots of wind. Deep anchorage. All showered up and trying to warm up here in my bedroom after that very squally sail. The 20 nautical miles ended up to be 44 nautical miles with all the jibing. Now I'm trying to warm up. Got a hat on.
I'm sewing the zipper to our bimini together because yesterday in our squall we saw some pretty strong winds and the zipper started pulling apart on the bimini, which was going to be a dramatic flapping mess. So now I'm sewing it back together until this is where I've stitched it. This is where I gotta go. And
Here's the thing it's on.
we're gonna get it repaired in Guadalupe, which we should be there in in about a week, I guess. So until then, some needle and thread work.
Here is the backdrop. Getting a walking tour map of St. Pierre.
Some of the original walls are left from when Mount Pelée exploded.
It's not pointed towards our catamaran. The original stonework for steps into a house, no longer there.
There were two survivors, one man in this prison and another one that was in a farm area.
That's what he was in and why he survived. The thickness of the walls. Look, prisoners coming.
Okay.
Got him.
Guilty. Yeah, you'd survive a lot in here.
Shut the door, throw away the key.
Those walls are thick. It's probably close to 20 inches thick.
Stone bridge. Almost makes you want to go river floating, doesn't it, girls? I bet it's warmer though than our water. We walked way up here from sea level. Found this coolest tree outside of the rum factory. Does somebody want to tell these guys just because there's a pond, it's not necessarily there's fish? Guys, it's just a settling pond. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to be the only people here today, but we're the only ones that walked up. Aging rum. And that concludes our rum tour for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Au revoir.